Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And this is a match review for Chelsea 1, RB Salzburg 1. I've had like an absolutely crazy day because I was hosting the Twitter Spaces on Chelsea in the USA. And that was really exciting. And I was super pumped for the game as well after hosting that. And now I'm just like pretty exhausted, but I still wanted to go live and give my thoughts about this match because I feel like there's a decent amount to talk about. Obviously, it's the first game of the Graham Potter era. We weren't exactly sure what type of starting 11 we were going to see, what formation we were going to see playing. I thought that we'd see more of like a back three because in Brighton he played a 3-5-2, 3-4-3. And I thought that he would stick to that mostly because, as well, that's kind of what Tuchel played in maybe the first game. You play it a little safe, but to my surprise, the starting 11 really shocked me. It looked like a back four with Reece James, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, and Cucurella. And then with Jorginho, Kovacic, Mount playing in the middle, and Sterling, Aubameyang, and Havertz up front. Obviously, Kepa in goal because Mendy is out injured. So immediately when I saw the starting 11, I was a little bit nervous about the pace at back because Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, Jorginho, all older players who aren't as pacey as they used to be. So that was something that stood out to me. Now, when Chelsea started this match, it actually looked kind of like a back three-ish with Reece James playing super high up on the pitch in order to create an overload. And then I think in and out of possession, it changed between a back three-ish to a back four. And I thought the opening really like the entire first half, but especially the first 10-20 minutes, Chelsea looked electric. And you could also already see the presence of Graham Potter and what they have been working on, because I just felt that we looked more urgent, which is something that I felt that we have been lacking in the past couple of games. We looked like we were moving the ball more quickly, making more direct passes, and I noticed a lot like they were trying to play forward. It wasn't as many balls around the side. They were trying to play the ball forward, which I liked, play more direct. And I thought that the team looked very strong, and we're again, didn't create all that much, but still felt that we were creating maybe more than we have been in previous games, my personal opinion. And even if we weren't creative, I feel like we were getting like closer. Still the issue of players not taking enough shots and just like keep saying it, like just take a shot, like you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know if it will rebound, you don't know if it will fall kindly to somebody's feet, just take a shot. But that type of mentality and playing style isn't going to change overnight. And that's what I feel like we kind of saw in the second half. Got off to a really good start. Raheem Sterling gets his goal. He's been in brilliant form. I believe that's 4 and 5 for him. He's really the one who's scoring for Chelsea. And I thought that Reece James did incredible. Found Mason Mount, put in a really good ball. Mason Mount now on the board for an assist as well. And it was an incredible finish by Raheem Sterling. Other than that, so once we scored, it felt like we kind of just took a step back and we were happy to defend that 1-0 lead instead of going for the second goal. I didn't feel that we were attacking as much, and I felt that we were giving Salzburg more of the ball. And of course, we concede. I did think that it was a foul on Kovacic. I don't know why play wasn't stopped. As soon as that happened, I just had a bad feeling about it. But even with that aside, it was just poor defending. And that's kind of the issue that happens when you have older, less speedy players playing in defense. And that was something that I was a bit worried about going into this match. Taking goal. Don't know if there was much that Kepa could have done. Maybe could have positioned himself a little bit better. No goalkeeping expert, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about if Kepa should have done better in that as well. But it was just poor defending for the goal, and they level it. And after that, it looked maybe after like 80, 85 minutes, like maybe getting back into it, Hakim Ziyech had a really, really good opportunity that Broya put in a fabulous cross. And I have no idea how the goalie kept it out. Like, it was crazy. That should have been the equalizer. But yeah, and now Chelsea are in a bit of a predicament in the Champions League. So I'm just pulling up here the standings, and I will. We're Group E. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I will share my screen, and here. So Chelsea are in Group E, AC Milan topping the group, 4 points. They won against Dinamo Zagreb 3-1 today. Dinamo Zagreb in second with 3 points after they had beaten us. Salzburg in third with 2 draws, and then we're in fourth, 1 point with a draw and a loss. And now this is going to be real. We've put ourselves in a difficult situation. Of course, it's still open. Anything can happen. It's only 3 points. So if we can get a point against Milan, then if we can get a win, a win against Milan, then we kind of put ourselves right back into it. But I think that it's going to be quite difficult. So perhaps it's come at a good time for the international break. Graham Potter obviously isn't going to have so much time with the players because a lot of them are going on international duty, but time for him to really analyze the squad, analyze the players that he has at his disposal, and how he wants to play. And I tweeted this before the game that no matter the results, like, it's still going to take time to implement something. It's not going to happen overnight. I saw really good snippets of it, and I felt like after 60 minutes or so, the energy levels just kind of staggered off a bit. So I'm also going to share my classic tab of SofaScore, so you can see here. The green is Chelsea, the blue is Salzburg, and just look how much possession dominance that we had here. So in the opening, I would say this looks like 30-ish minutes or so. Then again, Raheem Sterling's goal here again. And then you just see right after Raheem Sterling's goal, it just seemed to taper off a bit for some reason. Then there's a large chunk where we just weren't doing so much. Salzburg get their equalizer, and then after the equalizer takes us a bit, but then we start competing and going more for the ball. And we actually did create some opportunities. Looking at possession with 72% possession, 72. It's crazy. 17 total shots to their 4, 4 shots on target to their 3. But I do think that 2 of the shots on target came from Ziyech in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game. So yes, we did have 4 shots on target, but look, they had 75% shot accuracy for shots on target. We had 7 shots off target, 6 block shots. They obviously did a fantastic job with that. 3 corners felt like a little. 1 big chance missed. 1 big chance missed. 15 shots inside the box, 2 shots outside. And if we take a look at the standings, I was just kind of like to see what the players are rating. I find this kind of strange. Like, Raheem Sterling should be way higher than he is. Didn't feel like Aubameyang or Kai did so much in this game. I thought Mason had a good game. Thought that Kovacic should be rated higher than Jorginho. And Thiago Silva, I actually thought that he was the best player. Maybe he could have made a better tackle in the lead up to the goal. Like, it kind of got unlucky where it fell. And then I don't think that Aspie, for example, and Reece should have the same rating. I thought that Reece was one of the best players on the pitch. So just goes to show you, ratings really aren't everything, but that's kind of my thoughts on the game and how everything's going. So just going to start reading your comments. apologize for being a bit low on energy. I'm like so exhausted and my glasses are broken. So I've had my contacts in since like 9 a.m. this morning and it's 11, so my eyes are like eh. Let me know. I'm going to start reading comments, so make sure to comment how you guys are feeling about the match. And for all of you watching, if you like this video or if you like my content, I'm usually not so tired, I promise. Make sure to drop a like as well and hit that subscribe button. Follow me on socials. That's my Twitter. I do like cool stuff with Chelsea, which is awesome. So yeah, you can catch like content there as well. This comment just made me laugh just because I always think about, like, I almost always say like Potter, like in a British accent. I'm not even British, I'm American. Whenever I think of Graham Potter, because I was just obsessed with Harry Potter as a kid. So that comment made me laugh. Prima said there's a lack of killer instinct with this group of players. Once they got the first, they should have gone for the second, but they sat back, no desire, no, I think, nerve. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's been pretty common with Chelsea. For whatever reason, we score and then we sit back and don't go for the second. And it's this attacking killer instinct that you mentioned is something that is definitely lacking right now. And I think of a Man City that went behind to Dortmund. I obviously didn't watch the game because I was watching the Chelsea game, but then to go on to win the game, you just kind of have this feeling that no matter the adversity that they face or what happens, like they're going to find a way to win that game. And that's something that I feel like Chelsea are missing at the moment, but I think that is something that is fixable. And again, Graham Potter has had just a couple of days. It's been like a week maybe. I'm sure that it's been like crazy days in London as well, but the way that they're playing isn't going to be fixed overnight. It's going to take time. It's not something that we can just snap our fingers and fix. And I think that, you see that with the way that the players started for the first like 60 or so minutes. I felt that it was super positive. And right now it was hard for them to keep that energy level and that consistency going throughout the entire 90 minutes. But I think that will change. It's going to take time, maybe some more match fitness. But it's something to work on. And I don't think it's unfixable. I think it's something that's very coachable. And I'm kind of prepared to have a season where maybe we fluctuate a bit more as Graham Potter. See, I can't say it, I go British. As Graham Potter builds the team. We saw at Brighton. It took him a while. It took him like 3 seasons to get into the groove. And I don't think it's going to take that long at Chelsea, but it's certainly going to take more than just one game in charge. Yes, people are talking about the midfield. I feel like we are missing N'Golo Kante so much. I sounds like a broken record, but this man is like 2 players in one when he's on the pitch, and he's just so good defensively. He links the defense, midfield, the attack. He reads the game. He's pacey as well. He's just an energizer bunny. Like he keeps running. They feel that we are missing his presence in midfield, and that's kind of the question. The issue I feel is that when you play older players like Thiago Silva, Spilicueta, Jorginho all together who aren't so pacey, do you think that Thiago Silva had a brilliant game, by the way? Just for the record, I was about to tweet that he was like my man of the match because I thought that he was still brilliant. But when you have players who aren't as pacey, you need somebody like N'Golo Kante in that midfield. And right now, we just don't have that. I don't know how long he's going to be out. I think at least another couple of weeks. Hopefully, after the international break, we start seeing him again. Fingers crossed. But that's a massive, massive hole right now because Kante's been getting injured. We've known this, but it's happening more and more frequently now, and the injuries are getting longer. So I really hope that this is an area that we address in the January transfer window. All right, Tago says, our attack's awful. We're not getting top four. Defense isn't good enough. So we spent 300 million. We're using Aspie. I mean, the reason why I think we're using Aspie is probably for, like, I don't think that Graham Potter was going to take so many risks in his first match. And what I mean by that is that he, yes, benched two players that we just signed, Koulibaly and Fofana, but we just signed them. So I think that he's probably in his first match leaning on experience, leaning on leadership in the Champions League matches, again, experience in handling these matches. It was Graham Potter's first Champions League match ever as well. He said that he's only ever been a fan. So for him, I think that when I saw the starting 11, I'm not taking it as he's always going to be starting Azpilicueta or he's always going to be starting Jorginho. I think that with maybe we can judge this within 5-10 games to kind of get a feel of the players that he's starting. But for now, I think he just wanted to lean a little bit more on the senior players, and that kind of judged his team selection. Just my opinion. JJ Bear says, very disappointing performance from the players. I know you love Aspie. You know I will defend him until my dying day. But he should have started. Jorginho also slowed the games out too often. They're both slow. Yes, I mean, I agree. I think that Fofana probably should have started. I mean, Fofana really hasn't had so much time to play with Chelsea, but he's young, he's fast, but we don't know what like goes on behind closed doors in training. And like I said, I think he probably wanted to lean more on the experience. The pace is something that I've noticed. I don't know who exactly you would slot in that midfield though right now. What other choices do we realistically have? Because it's not the natural position of Mason Mount, of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, of Conor Gallagher. Sometimes Reece James even slots in there. Sometimes Chalobah slots in there. It's not of their natural positions to play so deep. So, like I mentioned, we're missing N'Golo Kante, but until he's back, I don't really know who you start there other than Jorginho or Kovacic, unless you find like a very creative solution. And I think that's why Thomas Tuchel played the back 5/back 3, because players like Thiago Silva, Jorginho, Aspie, they have extra protection on either side of them, and that's something that was like left more open. I really didn't think that the team played badly though, like at all. I thought that we played really well for 60 minutes. I thought it was a foul. I thought it was a foul. If it wasn't, let me know. And then they dropped off a bit, and then the lack of pace was an issue with Salzburg's goal. Like I said, I don't think that this is going to be the starting 11 week in, week out, and we do have a glaring hole in that midfield that needs to be sorted. That's a good point, Zakaria. I don't know so much about him. I know that he was signed on deadline day, defensive midfielder, that he had like, I know we were linked with him a while back, maybe like 2-ish or so years ago, and for whatever reason we didn't sign him. Then he's been plagued with injuries a bit since then, so I'm not sure how he's quite doing now. But again, we don't know how he's training. He's somebody that maybe could come into the team and fill that role, at least until hopefully N'Golo Kante gets back. But again, I don't know what he plays in the team. He's only been with us for about 2 weeks as well. Yes, we miss N'Golo Kante so much. I love N'Golo Kante. I'm a massive fan, but we need to start thinking of a backup plan for what's going to happen after N'Golo Kante. Let's see if he signs a new contract. But again, even when he's fit, we need to decide when and how to use him, because he cannot play every single game for Chelsea. He can't. And now we're going to be having games every 3, 4, 5 days. We have 2 games that have to be rescheduled now as well and somehow fit in. So we need a backup solution. So I don't want people to feel so down in the dumps. Like, I completely understand the frustration because it's a game that we should have won. I thought that we were the better team, and we just got like fell asleep for the Salzburg goal, and we should have done better. But it is, you guys know, I'm always trying to be positive on my channel. I'm not going to rant. I'm not going to complain about players or the manager. So to leave you guys on a positive note, so it's one game under Graham Potter, just one game. The team hasn't gotten to the best start of the season in general, so that entire thing is going to take some time to sort. We saw some very positive signs. We saw some very, very positive movement of the ball, of the players. He's going to help these players. And the thing that Graham Potter is good at is transforming players and finding where they should play on the pitch and helping them to be the best version of themselves. So what I think about is like McAllister for Brighton. He's having a fantastic season, at least up until Graham Potter. I don't know how he's going to be doing now, but I'm sure fantastic still. But Graham Potter worked magic with him. He's worked with Correa as well. He transformed this Brighton side from a side that was just counterattacking, kicking the ball away, to a side that has possession plays, that has attacking patterns, that wins the ball back quickly, and a side that goes toe-to-toe against these big teams. Chelsea is a different dragon, so to speak. It's a different entity, and there's different players and more high-profile players. But I still think that he's going to be able to impart his wisdom and his knowledge on these players, and we're not going to see it in just a day. But I thought that it looked really positive for the small amount of time that he's been at Chelsea, which is good. Not expecting miracles overnight. Maybe this is a bit of a bumpy season. Is what it is. I'm willing to take a bumpy season if it means that we can be competitive for like 10 plus years. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Sheila says, what are your opinion on hate comments towards Hakeem? Criticizing him from a bad performance is all right, but there are people that are just taking it too far. Obviously, he's still like an elite footballer. He's not had the best of form recently. And it must be really difficult to like want to force or to want to move away from the club and then not be able to do that. And so I think like maybe within the next couple of weeks, hopefully he's going to get his head back. But I imagine that must be super frustrating. Like, I just think, imagine you had a job opportunity that you wanted to go for, and then it ends up not working out. Like, maybe you're going to be down for a couple of weeks. But I do think that with this, if we do end up playing like this 4-3-3-ish formation, it will benefit somebody like Hakeem. Like, I thought that he looked his best under Lampard in a similar type of formation. So, yeah, I always think it's okay to criticize, but never abuse. Like, these are just people, and I don't understand it at all. But so what I was saying, Chelsea currently at the bottom of Group 4, just 1 point. Salzburg have 2, Zagreb have 3, Milan have 4. Group is still wide open. Nothing is impossible, but we've made it hard on ourselves after these first 2 games. We've made it hard on ourselves. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous about what's to come. We need to have 2 absolutely massive results against AC Milan. And if we can win both of those games, that would put us in a very good position. But let's see. Last Chelsea game now until October 1st, I believe, after the international break. So we have 2 weeks off, 2 weeks for Graham Potter to get thinking, and I guess we'll be back. I don't know if that is good or bad, because maybe it's better to just get right back into things and get another game under their belts and more game time and real life practice to see how the tactics and the players evolve. But maybe it's a positive as well to give them more time off the pitch to do the work. So that's kind of my thoughts about it. Don't panic, guys. Still very, very early days as well. And yeah, so it's 11:30. I'm exhausted. I'm going to sign off for the night. If you like the stream, sorry that I'm low on energy. Sorry that my voice is literally going. But if you liked it, make sure to drop a like and sub to the channel as well. Ugh, I can't talk. My throat is gone. Okay. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And I'm out. Bye.